And if we were forced to leave everything we own, but we were, you know, we would need to apply this critical thinking. Critical thinking applies to all aspects of preparing and survival. Anytime you make a decision, you need to make sure that that decision gives you the best chance for survival. If you're in the middle of nowhere and you have 1 liter of water, you need to make a choice about where you're going to go to get that water. And if we have the knowledge and apply this critical thinking, we can increase our chances of actually finding that water. Now, what exactly is critical thinking? Critical thinking applies to all aspects of preparing, not just wilderness survival or urban survival. It applies to everything that we do. The fact that we don't take everything at face value means that we're critically thinking at a really basic level. But let's kind of define that just a little bit further. Rationalization is when we rely on reason rather than emotion. We need to require evidence and follow that evidence where it leads. We need to be more concerned with finding the best explanation rather than just being right. And we all love being right. And we're always asking questions. We're thinking critically when we recognize our emotional impulses or we recognize our own assumptions and prejudices, and we're being completely honest about the situation at hand. And we always need to have an open mind. We need to evaluate all reasonable influences like weather and geography and all the different stuff around us, and consider a bunch of different possibilities and viewpoints and perspectives. Think things through, and don't make snap judgments. We need to be willing to accept these kind of new priorities in response to our reevaluation of the situation at hand. And like I said, we all love to be right. It's just human nature. So naturally, our own biases are going to weigh more heavily than something that we don't understand, and that's why it's so important to learn all of this stuff. And critical thinkers by nature are skeptical. We're active. We're not passive, and we're open to new ideas and perspectives, and we're willing to challenge our own beliefs. We might think that we've got everything figured out, but it takes a stronger person to admit, hey, mate, I didn't I didn't know as much about this as I thought. So let's quickly define what a non-critical thinker is. They take a really simplistic view of the world, and they see things in only black and white. And because of this, they don't recognize all the different small things, the related elements. They take their facts as the only relevant ones, and they take their perspective as the only sensible one. And their goals are, this, it's the way I do it. This is the way it's supposed to be. It has to be because I'm absolutely positive about this. Now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to get into some of these primitive skills. I just wanted to cover this first because any decision we make in a survival situation needs to be well thought out and calculated.